Good morning and welcome to our first Plumeria Podcast.
Well, thank you for having me.
I'm
It's an honor
so
to be
excited.
here. I'm the first.
You are the first. So this is Alicia from Plumeria. We have Dave. We call him Dave the Plant Guy. So Dave, you want to do a little introduction?
The Plant Guy, yeah, that's better than the name I currently have.
Tell us what your current name is, if you will.
David the Fork.
Fork?
Yeah, there was Mac the Knife, got the good name. And so there was, I could have been David the Spoon or David the Fork.
Fork? I think Fork, that's a little bit better than Spoon.
Well, I wanted David the Great, but Alexander beat me to that one, too.
Yeah, no, you're right. But David is a good, strong, David and Goliath, you brought down the giant.
Yeah, that wasn't actually me, but...
okay.
Yeah. But David the Plant Guy, I like that.
How did we meet?
The plant woman.
What would you like to tell me about yourself that I don't know about you already?
How did we meet?
How did we meet?
That's an interesting story. Now, this is a true story. This is how we met.
Do I know it? Am I part of the true story?
You know, yeah. You're a main character. So I walked into one of her shops. She's got two, and she came around the corner and said, "Hello, may I help you?" That's how we met. And she says, "If you have any questions, feel free to ask them." And I was just, I got so many questions. Why do you park in a driveway and drive in a parkway? What can I ask her? And that's how we met. It was just...
You just walked into my Lakeview store.
Yeah. And you greeted me with a smile and said hi.
Different than I do anybody else. I guess you caught me on a good day.
Yeah.
So you do have some knowledge about plants. You've helped us with some soil.
I don't know if we mentioned it in our meeting, but I used to have a plant store.
Oh, right. You used to have a plant store? Gotcha.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about that. Where was it? How long ago? How long did you have it for?
Well,
tough questions.
It was during the total eclipse of the sun.
Of the heart?
And, that's for the Little Shop of Horror fans. I heard this voice in my head said, "If you plant it, it will grow."
Oh.
If you plant,
they will come. Yeah.
And I said, "What the heck does that mean?" And so I planted my feet, and they didn't grow. And then I became David the Plant Guy.
True.
So how did you get into it?
By default, I guess. So yeah, my mom was working as a freelance florist, and this little shop. The owner said Little Shop of Horrors. Yeah, I got bit by a Venus flytrap, and so that kind of gave me the bug to get into flowers.
You said, "Feed me."
So now I have to go every day and feed this plant.
Drop of blood.
Yeah. So no. So the owner of the little
shop. Suddenly, David is standing beside you. Okay.
That's what made it. Like once I met you, like the whole business just changed. Like
went downhill.
No. Well, anyway, so I ended up just buying the building and starting Plumeria out of...
This is the one in Urbandale.
So, this is the one in Urbandale, yep. So bought that one in September of 2015 and then expanded, and we finally ended up buying the old Lakeview hardware building.
So your mom worked with flowers, and you said, "I have a couple of plant stores." That's how it...
Well, so flowers are a fresh product, and they expire very quickly. So plants go right along with flowers, and you can keep those alive a little longer if you take care of them like you do. So I decided to start filling the shop up with plants, and then during COVID, everybody wanted houseplants. So that's kind of where our variety of houseplants expanded at that point. So we carry all sorts of different...
You do. You have some different, unusual things. That
every week
around.
we try to get new stuff. And, keep it interesting.
That's what intrigued me when I first came in. Well, this is different. You don't see these around too much. How did you decide on the name?
Well, that's a good question because not a lot of people know what a plumeria is.
Right, that's it, or how to say it.
Or how to say it. Oh my gosh, you don't even know how many pieces of mail or like people that call and I don't know how they even say it, but Plumerica was my favorite. That one was my favorite.
Plumeria, you can't remember their name because no one knows what the heck that it means.
Yeah. La 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 la.
On the first day, I was looking at all the plants.
So I was considering buying the flower shop, and I did market research and figured out all this stuff. And I knew that I could start it, but yes, naming it was something I didn't know what to do. So I kind of put it out to my friends. Like at that time, I wasn't even on social media very much. Like I was probably one of the last people on Facebook, and I just didn't really want to have a lot to do with social media. But I ended up missing like some events that my sisters were posting and stuff because I wasn't on and active.
Technologies there.
Yeah. So I got on Facebook and I asked a few of my friends, and I was like, hey, I'm going to open this flower shop. What do you think that it should be named? And my dog's name is Annabelle. So I was like, oh, Annabelle's Flowers. That sounds so sweet. And then I thought like maybe, Twisted Tulip or like something. Yeah, like something edgy, like something different, right? So then I got looking and there's like a Tilted Tulip already. And there's just, an Annabelle's. There's a scary movie that's Annabelle. Like I was just thinking of all the connotations of what any of these names would bring to people. And so, my best friend's sister, so my best friend Erin's sister, Meredith, suggested Plumeria. And when I saw it, I didn't say it. I read the word, and it's a beautiful word. So I'm like, okay, that's it, hands down. So then when I looked it up, and it's the Hawaiian lay flower, and it's this waxy, really beautiful, fragrant flower, and everything about it is very romantic and beautiful, and I loved it. So then Plumeria was the first part, and then I didn't want it to be a flower shop because it's so much more, right? It's an experience, it's botanical, it's this environment. So the only thing I kept thinking is I don't want people to, and this sounds negative, but I don't want it to be like your grandma's flower shop. Like I don't want people to walk in and think that it's like every other flower shop that they can go to. So I came up with Botanical Boutique. Yeah, so Plumeria Botanical Boutique is the biggest mouthful that you could possibly come up with. Nobody knows how to say it or spell it, and there is not flower in the name. So to try to get people to understand who we are has been difficult. Like we had to do brand recognition for like 6 years.
Botanical Boutique.
Botanical Boutique.
Say it 3 times so fast.
When you answer the phone, like you can't. Toy boat. Seriously, like I just does not roll off the tongue. So most of the time, like when you answer the phone, like don't even try. Just say Plumeria. Like you can't. Yeah, like flower shop in Battle Creek because I can't say Plumeria. But but we've made it work, and it's beautiful, and people are now recognizing the name, and they're understanding what it is and how to say it, and educating our customers.
Well, the name is really one important thing, but the experience walking in is different. It's,
sure.
And you get a service that other places don't offer,
and we have Dave the Plant Guy. Nobody else has Dave the Plant Guy, so.
Nobody else wants Dave the Plant Guy.
Wants or was?
Once.
Oh.
I was.
Well, I think another reason why I wanted to introduce you, Dave the Plant Guy, is because you have been a local celebrity in our community before. So would you mind telling us a little bit about your fame from back in the day?
Yeah, that was back in the day. That was.
You don't want to talk about it?
Now. Well, okay. There's not. I do song parodies. I like to do song parodies.
Yes.
And you and I have tossed around some ideas for Plumeria, and we have some pretty good ones, I think. We just have to bake them fully. They're half baked right now. But so, that was one of the many things that we had in common, and just hit the ground running like we were old friends.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. And it's great because when you meet somebody where you connect like that, like we can finish each other's sentences. Like he'll say, one word of a song and I'll pick up on it, and then he picks up on mine. And that's why I thought this interview would just go swimmingly.
You do finish my thoughts, because I remember the first time I met you, you came up and slapped my face. And I said, how did you know what I was thinking?
And I doubt that you have a bad thought in your brain. It just is it's a very curious brain to me that I'd like to know more of, and I thought other
Maybe
people.
Should be David the Curious Brain.
Curious Brain.
Or
Okay, so you don't want to talk about your previous celebrity role. So how about what are you doing now?
Well, I am, they said if you want to be David the Great, you have to do something groundbreaking.
Mediocre.
No, I was David the Mediocre. They said you have to have something groundbreaking, so I thought, groundbreaking? I'll be a gardener.
Oh,
so
okay.
I break up the ground and get ready for plants, and I do gardening work, landscape gardening.
Awesome. What's your favorite part of that? What do you enjoy the most about it?
Being outdoors, beautiful days. Today is a nice day so far. Day ain't over yet, and I like plants and working with plants and being outdoors. Have my own hours, and then the dog days, the summer come when it's hot and humid and sweat's dripping off your nose. I don't enjoy this anymore. And then
it's so brief, and then it's over.
Every day is an adventure.
A new day. Yeah.
Every day is well put. A new day.
A new day.
So you do a lot of fun things. You do the Candyland. I came in there once, and you had a little game board and stuff. And
we try to make it pretty interactive for people. We have that gallery space, like that workshop space on the side, where we restored the old floors. So it's kind of a refined space, but we do all sorts of stuff in there. So it's exciting because you can come in at any time and there's a baby shower or bridal shower.
Something going on all the time. You have that big meeting room.
Yeah, that space next to the shop. So it's all attached, but you have to walk down the highway.
Yeah. So and you've had some pretty important people in your meeting room.
Everybody's important.
We've
had some guests. It's been nice, but everybody.
Politicians, governor.
All sorts of stuff. Yeah.
David the plant guy.
David the plant guy. He's the most popular, and more. He's the most popular one.
You repot plants for people, and
we have a plant ICU, so people come in with their plants that need to be cared for or repotted or diagnosed or whatever, and we can say, oh, this one has mites, and give them spray and then repot it or whatever it needs. It's
diagnose
nice. Diagnose it and give it back. Yeah, we had an admittance sheet, so when you go into the ER and you have to write out all your stuff, we don't collect that much information, but
just their insurance and
but we collect kind of their contact information, and then once the plant's finished, we give them a sheet back that says this is what we found out and what we did and that sort of thing, so then they can take care of it better when they get it home.
Give them some instructions.
Yeah, we want to do some things with that, the plant ICUs become pretty big and it gets full. It's hard for us to manage sometimes when we have a lot of them that come in all at once. So what we would like to offer is a service that goes to people, and then that's scheduled, so it's a little easier to manage. So the plant ICU, we want to expand to a mobile service, and we want to have a plant ambuplants. So on the side of our vehicle, instead of ambulance, it'll be ambuplants.
Ambuplants.
Yeah. Or maybe a plant-ulance. How do you say it? What would you say? What should we call the mobile mobile? The plant ICU mobile?
I would call it the
ambuplants.
The plant ICU mobile.
Oh, okay. Mobile unit.
Unit is good. Team unit.
It's okay.
Affiliate.
There. We should just call it that. Yeah. However, I think it would be really cute. And for all the snowbirds, like the people in Michigan that go down to Florida for the winter, then we can.
Yeah, because then you go down to Florida and repot a plant for them.
Ideally, that would be great for somebody to pay me to go to Florida. But no, we could take care of their plants here, Dave. We could take care of their plants in Michigan while they're gone.
That's a great
provide that service.
There's nobody has that. That's
correct. I've looked. Nobody has that. So at least locally. So that's kind of the next step. We're looking to figure out how to manage that. The logistics of it and liability of it and that sort of thing. But as far as the flowers go, retail flowers are just going to keep getting more competitive. Summertime is a slow season because people pick the flowers out in their yard, and there's an abundance of flowers during the summertime in Michigan. And then there's all the retailers. You can get flowers every gas station, every grocery store, every, you
yeah,
know,
but
so.
they don't get the care. You can't ask them the questions and
Well,
what goes with this
sure.
and what lighting is this? Is this compatible with this? Is it?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I understand the importance of that for the people that appreciate it. But if we want to stay relevant in front of everybody, we're going to have to keep being innovative. So,
Right.
so I want to try to do more unique things that other flower shops can't offer. So I'm working on some creative things.
Yeah, you've already halfway there. I mean, you're already there, but.
Well, thanks, but you know, it's continuous process. Like you
right,
can't,
yeah.
you know, you slow down or you stop creating, and then, you know, I don't know, like the world kind of catches up to you. So if there's a trend, you know, that you do, then everybody else starts doing the trend. So you got to set the next trend.
You either got to get busy living or get busy dying. That's from another movie.
That sounds like a very familiar quote, but I don't agree with it.
Redemption.
Oh, that's a really good movie.
Isn't it great?
A really
It was a good movie.
I haven't seen it in a long time.
You know, every time I come out on a nice sunny day, I feel like when you crawl through that tunnel, you get out in the rain, he puts his hands up.
Right. You know, one of my pipe dreams is to have my flower arrangement on Saturday Night Live in New York. That would be like, you know,
Your
to
flower
watch.
arrangement?
Yeah. Have you noticed, like, every opening of Saturday Night Live, there's this huge flower arrangement that's backed by the band? And probably not, because not a lot of people notice. But that's what flowers do. Like, they add interest to a space where people don't even know. But without them, it feels different.
Yeah.
So every time, of course, the Saturday Night Live starts, I look at the flower arrangement. Like, the famous host comes out, and I'm like trying to look around them to see the flowers, and the band, because like sometimes the saxophone player who's been there forever and ever, and I apologize, I don't know his name, but there's another lady that comes in the back, and sometimes she like sneaks out, and sometimes she sneaks back in, like whenever she has to play, I guess. And that's always very interesting to me too, because I'm like, she doesn't stand there the whole time. She like sneaks away.
Why does she sneak?
She comes back. I mean, I guess she doesn't have to stand out there if she's not playing, you know. So it's kind of like a little game I play in my mind, like how long she's going to stand out in front of the camera. And then she goes, so the host does this whole opening, and hardly do I pay attention because I'm more interested in what's happening behind them. But anyways, I would really love to have a flower
You've done some spectacular flower displays before.
We have.
Tell us about that. You did that football thing.
Oh gosh, yeah. So that was recently. That's probably that's when we've been on the news. The most recent time was last year for what's the big Super Bowl, right? It was when
Super
the Lions,
Bowl.
yeah, it was when the Lions were like one game away or games away or whatever from getting, and so there's this famous photo of two players that, you know, kind of made the headlines, and there was a bakery in Rochester that created, thanks, give me some space. There was a bakery in Rochester who created a full-size image of this player. And I'm really bad at names, as
David.
Yeah, okay, Dave, the plant guy. It wasn't of you, but it was a Lions player with his arms outstretched, and it was like really cool. Oh, it was the player that was upside down. So he did a headstand for the touchdown in the end zone. He did a headstand.
Yeah.
And so
that was upside down.
Yeah, I couldn't remember.
He's the one that's upside down.
It's the one that's upside down.
See the feet up in the air.
But see, now you get to understand how my brain works. Like, I have to get the image right first to be able to explain it. So anyways, so that became really popular. Like, the news, you know, showed that this full-size cake of, you know, the player doing a headstand and that sort of thing. So what I wanted to do is do the player that was celebrating with him. So Tim was the guy that was like with his hands outstretched over, like kind of behind and over the guy on the headstand, doing the headstand. So it was kind of like a, you know, you did this guy, so we're going to do this guy in the same caliber. So they did it out of cake, we did it out of flowers, full size scale. It was really exciting.
Cool.
Yeah. It was like my way to honor the bakery for being able to do something so, you know, so massive and so creative and big. And I love that they had the idea of that and then, you know, made it successfully. Like, it was beautiful.
So that was a lot of flowers and a lot of work.
Oh my gosh, it was a ton of flowers. Yeah, I forgot how many. We ended up doing like maybe 1,600 flowers. My mom created the whole base, so she did the mechanics and chicken wire. And we did it as a temporary piece. Like, the thing about art for me is the process. So it doesn't necessarily mean that the end result has to be, like, fantastic. It's the process of creating it. If you listen to the process all along the way, then of course it's, the end product is also going to be fabulous, but it's the process. So we didn't think about long term. We didn't think about moving it. We didn't think about anything except doing it as quickly as we could. And so my mom built the whole armature. We popped flowers. Like, we literally were gluing flowers and moss all over this thing for like 12 hours straight. And then we sprayed it all. And the next day we came and we did all the back of it. And we put it up in our window. And then, we got some publicity from it, which was really nice. And then we ended up having a local brewer, so Hands Map Brewery downtown asked if they could display it for the game. So then we had to figure out
how to move it.
And it was not constructed
to
be moved.
I'll flip repeat.
Well, honestly, it was more like Friends, where Ross is saying pivot with the couch trying to go like up the stairway, because I had to fit this thing. I mean, his arm span was over 6 feet and I had to fit him in the van.
He's getting knocked off his arms, putting him in.
Like, it was kind of a mess. But, and again, we didn't build it to move it.
You know what I mean? It's like me when I painting, I'm painting, and then all of a sudden I realize I just paint myself in the corner. Now what do I do? So we made it. It was great. It was in the window, but then to move it was a little bit of a challenge. And in these flowers, the floor, by the way, you can't paint yourself in the corner if you're painting walls. It was the floor that I wanted to make sure that you.
Gotcha.
Yeah, because.
Okay.
I don't know if
you could paint
that.
yourself in the corner.
No, it has to be the floor.
I bet I could
paint myself. You could paint the corner, but you can't paint. I suppose if you slap paint on you could paint yourself in the corner.
Yeah. Okay. I could paint myself in the corner.
Okay. So once you read the coroner's report, you can.
No, that coroner is not corner. Yes, good. Joke, I know, good job, but that one doesn't quite work.
No.
So, anyways, it was fantastic. So we got to display it at Hand Map. It was wonderful. I love that they were able to do that. And then they would generously paid for our time to do that, which was also so amazing that they even thought about that, because the collab itself was just amazing. So we got to have it down there for the game, and then I had to get it out of there, and because it wasn't going anywhere except being disassembled after that, I squished it and stomped it, and I did I knocked it through the door. Like, at that point, the flowers were falling off. Like, it didn't matter because it was, but temporary. That's, I think, again, that's what I love so much about creating is
that's
the process.
Like ice sculptures and sand, beautiful work. There's gorgeous, and they melt in a couple days.
And that's fantastic.
Nothing lasts forever.
It doesn't, and that's a good lesson. And I think in general, that's what I appreciate so much about art. When I did my projects for, I can't remember what it's called because it's not a thesis, but I did like a final project for one of my painting classes, and I ripped up a bunch of paper, and I don't know, I did a bunch of stuff that was all temporary. Like, it was just it was stuff that wasn't going to last. Like, once it dried, it would kind of fall apart. Like, I probably used dried fruits and dried flowers and stuff that just wasn't meant to be hung in a museum by any means. And that was the biggest critic, I guess. The biggest thing that the other students said was, it's just not going to last.
It's perishable.
Right, it's perishable. It's not, and my stuff isn't. Life isn't meant to last. My stuff isn't meant to last. You appreciate it. I think it gives it much more meaning to know that you only get it for this little amount of time.
So appreciate it while it's there.
And to me, it was creating it. To me, the beauty of it was getting to that point where I can say, okay, it's finished. Yep. And then it doesn't matter what happens to it after that.
Yeah, but see.
But that's what I brought you on for. I was telling my husband Brian about starting a podcast, and he's like, what are you going to do with that? And I was like, I don't think that we need to have anything written down because you get the two of us in the room together.
And we the jasmine in our mind.
Yes. Oh, that's a beautiful song. But yeah, it kind of goes that way because like I don't know, we just seem to connect, which is lovely. There's not a lot of people in the world, I feel, that can have that kind of immediate connection, you know?
Yes, that's true.
It's pretty cool. The creative brains, I think, we relate on kind of a wave level that doesn't necessarily come out as easily for some people. Okay, so I don't know. We still have lots of. Oh no, we don't. We only have 5 minutes, so let's wrap up.
Okay, well then let's talk about me.
20 minutes went really fast. Yeah,
okay.
do your ending.
Okay, the hair thing. I went and got groomed. Went to the groomer. Yeah. And I am starting to recede on top.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. My granddaughter was playing with me, rolling on the floor. She goes, "Pappy, you don't have enough hair on your head." So, I thought we'd try. This has never been done before. I want to be a human chia. So
human chia pet.
Yeah. So I've got some chia seeds here. So if you can sprinkle this,
I am not going to sprinkle
on my head.
What are you doing?
And then if we do this again, we'll see how the people can see how it's progresses and
what are you doing
and how it goes. Don't you think that'd be? I thought you were into unique, different things. And
we are. I can create something for flowers for your head if you'd like to make it look.
I want to be a chia. I want to be the first living chia.
Living chia head. Mm-hmm. Those are quite popular. They're coming back. Do you remember when they came out the first time, like way back? That it was chia everything. You could do, chia pets, and you had all the pets and limbs and faces and heads.
I saw a real chia pet once. There's this little dog standing behind there's a bridal veil, Tahitian bridal veil, and this dog was standing right in front of it. So from my perspective, it looked like a chia dog.
Oh, funny. That's funny.
But why don't we try that, and then our listeners, viewers can see how it progresses. And,
So it's not old film. It's chia seeds.
It's chia seeds.
And we're gonna pour. I'm not gonna do that in the studio. Let's do it outside.
But the people are fascinated. They want to see it actually. Okay, we'll do it outside.
Yeah, let's do it outside because I don't want to do. I was afraid about bringing my coffee in here because I talk with my hands and I'm a klutz, and I just think I probably don't want to pour chia seeds all over the podcast studio.
Okay.
But we will do this outside, and then we will follow up with what your hair looks like when we're done. How does that sound? I know I'm sorry I disappointed you.
You did.
It was the whole finale.
Let me handle it.
See? Good thing I put the cap on. Oh my gosh, you are a physical comedian. You are a parody comedian. What else can you do, Dave?
Well, speaking of comedian, I'd like to thank all my writers: Steve Martin, Rodney Dangerfield. These are the people I steal.
Yeah, is it really are those your inspiration? Steve Martin's hilarious.
Yes, he's
he can do what you do. Well, you can do what he does. I don't know the age difference there, but on the spot can just come up with stuff, and that's how you are.
Playing the banjo and stuff.
Yeah, crazy.
I play guitar. They said I could be like guitar? Steve Martin, except for one thing. If I had a lot more talent, they said I could be.
Oh yeah, I guess you. Yeah, with talent you could be just like Steve Martin. Yeah. Well, next time maybe you bring your guitar, and we'll check and see how the chia seeds are growing on your receding hairline. What else? We'll talk about some more collabs that we have coming up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Okay. And we could talk more about your plant store because we didn't talk about that.
No. We're not here to talk about my plant store.
Okay.
It's all you.
It's all me. It's not though, and that's too when you said that I am Plumeria. I want to clarify that as well. Because clarity is really important to us in our communication. No, that I'm not Plumeria. It's much bigger than I am. It's bigger than I ever imagined, and all of the people and all of the community and all of the things that have made us what we are. So, absolutely.
Created the team.
I started the thing.
There you go.
I started the thing, but from there on, it's been everybody else. Yeah. So, I appreciate that, and it's given me the privilege to be able to meet cool people.
You include other people. In fact, you included me in this.
Yes.
Thank you for that.
Yes, absolutely. And I thought about this last night too because I went for a long walk out at Fort Custer, and that gives me time to think. And two of my new, Roxanne is a new associate. Dee's been with us for quite some time, but they both got to make flowers with me on Saturday, which is kind of rare because I'm usually pretty busy doing stuff and I have designers.
You're always busy doing stuff.
Yeah, these two don't typically get to make flowers and hands-on with me next to them, and they both thanked me after work in a text that said, thank you for letting me make flowers.
That makes you feel good.
It makes me feel good, but it also is like, what a privilege that I have provided an environment where we can do that. I have the skills to be able to teach people
because
that.
You
and then
have training and you go to class.
And then they get to enjoy it. So not only is it a privilege of mine to be able to see them make these things, but it's a privilege of theirs to be able to make them. Like, we are just creating beauty. And how awesome is that? Like, how much more awesome could that be to just be able to create something aesthetically beautiful? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's wonderful.
Yeah, it's like going outside and seeing skies of blue and clouds of white and.
Yeah, you're not singing it like you normally do. Are you microphone shy? Do you get intimidated with the microphone? Because you usually sing those things to me, Dave. I'm putting you on the spot. Well, I think that might be a good time to wrap up when Dave is speechless.
Again, damn, if I had something...
That witty alley-oop, I'm just giving it to you. Pleasure, Dave, always.
Thank you for having me.
And I look forward to having you back.
Thanks for being here, and
okay.
Let's stay in touch, okay?
Yeah, I imagine you'll pop in a few times daily.
Waltz in.
No, we haven't
That's
taken
right, we're doing the
lessons.
popping.
Yeah, we're popping in, not waltzing in. All right. Well, bye.
Bye.